Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of September 23rd. I had to be told twice on that. I don't know why.
It's not our best day.
We're going to get started. This episode brought to you by Dungeons and Dragons. No, don't you wish we were going to get that cool? Like, we're getting big. Like, you guys have like, our channel numbers have improved. But we're, like, not big enough for, like, Wizards of the Coast. So, shirts. Buy one.
Wizards love us. Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls. How you doing? Time to do some trades. I've shaved everything off my face, and some people don't like it, so to ease the pain, I'm going to pretend this is my goatee. What do you think, Paul?
Whatever works for you.
I don't give a shit. All right, so let's talk about the trades. We've got Teen Titans Beast Boy, which is a young adult kind of graphic novel. It's the same artist who did Raven, Paul. Gabriel Piccolo?
Oh, really?
Same. I know, he's so excited now. And then we've got Flash Volume, who knows, 11. Remember when trades could go this high? This is exciting. 11. It's got some Scott Collins on here somewhere, which, love him. We got Plants vs. Zombies box set. Big old box set with a bunch of graphic novels. These are really fun. The game is awesome. Remember that game? What a great time killer. That game was fun.
I wasn't paying attention. You what?
And then we have Jane Foster Valkyrie. This is volume 2. This book's a bunch of fun. We've definitely reviewed the earlier issues of that. We have a new previews. Here's the big one. Previews, Overwatch, Vampirella. Paul, we're going to do the Marvel one, which has King in Black. All right, Paul, tell me where to stop. John Walker, U.S. agent.
I was literally just reading that.
Real surprise. John Walker, you got it. And let's do the big one, Paul.
Stop.
What the? Shirts! Well, you always do say it's buy shirts, so...
I mean, don't buy their shirts, buy our shirts.
I mean, Vampirella! She's some sort of superhero or something now. I like how much they're using Vampirella. It's Dan Abnett, so it's gotta be amazing.
First up, we have Maestro, issue number 2. It's Big Hulk sad in a world. I mean, it's...
I tried to hold that
He
laugh.
really did. He just couldn't hold it. It's okay. I mean, I lost interest already on it. There's 3 more issues to see where Big Hulk get sad and then Big Hulk get mad. So, Big Hulk get Maestro. Pick it up if you want.
All right, first up for me, we've got Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal. I like a bunch of Flashes. I even like some Speed Metal, so I figured, the hell, right? And Paul didn't want to read it. Paul, why didn't you want to read it?
I gave up.
He gave up. All right. Well, this is a setup issue that's going to affect, I think it's Dark Knight's issue 4, and it is all Flash-centric. It is Wally and Jay and Barry running, and then other Wally shows up. I don't know. I'm so confused by the Flashes. There's 65,000 different Flashes, all making the Speed Force go down to nil. There is the Batman Who Laughs trying to catch them. He can run really fast for some reason because plot device that happened in a previous issue. It wasn't a bad issue. It is definitely just a lot of talking. You know, they're just running and talking and running and talking, and that is most of the issue. I'm not going to say it's bad. One thing it does that I absolutely loved is they had Barry admit that Wally was the best Flash ever. Kind of paraphrasing it the way I want it to be, but they admit that Wally was always in Barry's shadow, even when Barry was gone, and Wally could never kind of catch him, and Barry lets Wally lead in this issue, and it turns out better than I think you would expect.
You realize that's your Wally, right?
It's kind of my Wally, but not quite my Wally.
It's Wally.
It's not quite my Wally. It's not quite. They're trying to make it my Wally. They're acknowledging my Wally and how poorly he was treated and just shoved in the corner so Barry could come back. Barry could come back without shoving him back in the corner, you know?
They put Wally in the corner?
They put Wally in the corner. Nobody puts Wally in the corner. I know. I get it. I don't think this is a super necessary tie-in, but if you're enjoying Dark Knight, Death Metal, and all that, check it out.
Next up, we have Immortal Hulk. Big Hulk Not Die. Ooh, wow. Look at that tie-in. This is along the same lines of the Immortal Hulk. Jennifer is kind of questioning her place in the world now that she realizes she can't really die. Kind of like the Hulk. But we find out that that's not 100% accurate. And it's kind of an interesting issue. It's very introspective. It's very her kind of exploring the other side. And if you watched last week's episode of our channel, you know that some things are happening on the other side, and they're not good. This definitely ties in with it. You don't necessarily need to read this to understand what's going on in Immortal Hulk, but I mean, it does give you a little extra layer. I have a feeling they're going to be tied together very, very closely, because the concepts are extremely close. But I mean, you can still read it. It was a good read. I liked it. It was very interesting. So go for it.
Next up for me, we've got a Marvel book. It's Juggernaut. Issue 1. Yeah, I picked Juggernaut.
Well, you didn't like X-Books.
I don't. So, basic idea is Juggernaut, who's always been a pretty bad dude, is trying to be less of a bad dude, and he's working with damage control in knocking down buildings, because he can do it pretty cheaply. And in the midst of knocking down buildings for damage control that are, not safe and need to be torn down, he comes across some squatters, and one of them has what might be a mutant ability. We're not quite sure. But she attacks the Juggernaut. They go at it. It doesn't end well for pretty much anybody. And it's just an interesting take on the Juggernaut. It's pretty good. It's just such a weird idea in general. But I like where it's going, and the setup for issue 2 is fantastic because I want to see what is going to happen. If you like the Juggernaut, you'll love it.
What was my pick of the week?
What Hulk's in this one?
No Hulk's in this one.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was just 3 for 3 would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but there wasn't another Hulk book.
You could have reread Hulk 0 from last week.
No, that wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
It's X of Swords. What? I had to read this because Tim had no intention of ever reading this book.
No.
And based on what I've done with death metal, I was kind of not really looking forward to reading this book either because it was really, really, really good, and now I need to read all the freaking... This is issue 1 of 22. There are 22 issues, and I've already checked. One of these weeks is 3 issues. So, I'm going to be reading just X of Swords ad nauseum. But the Cliff Notes, a lot of things have been going on in the X universe. Basically, we learn this group of people that is under the banner of the Twilight Sword is waging a war in Outerworld to basically destroy all of reality, because Outerworld is basically that thing that kind of holds everything together. And of course, you need to involve the X-Men. You also need to involve Apocalypse, who has a lot of knowledge. And yeah,
they've done this before, Paul.
Did they? Was that Executioner? Yeah, they did too. Yeah, but that's when I didn't care. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to buy them all. I'm going to buy 2 of them because one of them's polybagged. And I can get a cool Strife
card.
It was a Strife card, especially in that X-Men book right there. There's a Strife card. I know it because I think I bought 4 of that one. And I was so disappointed.
Yeah, don't admit that.
Old me, I don't want to.
Let's edit that out. Can we edit that out?
No, I can't do it. But this is going to be a really interesting series, and I didn't want to like it because, again, I didn't want to have to read 22 issues of anything, because this is one of those ones that I don't like, where you don't get a main story kind of like Empire. You get issue after issue after issue on stuff that you don't read. So don't read this book if you don't plan on reading any of the others, because the story is going to pull you in. It's a very interesting story. It's very fun to read. Hickman does an amazing job pulling in all the stuff. So if you don't want to read 22 issues, don't grab this. But if you really want something epic that's going to be going on in the X universe, this is definitely one to pick up. It's a lot of fun, and I'm going to torture myself reading the other 22 issues.
Well, Hickman's good.
Hickman's so really good. Hickman's so good.
He needs at least 22 issues to tell his epic. He always does. Around 18 or so, there's going to be this major turn, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's going to take 18 issues for him to do it.
No, there was already a huge turn in this issue.
That's not it, though. And, there's going to be another one.
That's not it. There's going to be another big one.
You need at least 65 more graphs.
Yeah, you do need like 65 more graphs. Basically, that was like if you're reading the birth of the dawn of X, that big Hickman change was when we found out that the X-Men couldn't die anymore, where you have the healing pits and all that kind of stuff. Uh, expect something crazy like that to happen, but man, it's gonna be really well done. So grab it.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week, Paul. You know what it is.
No, you never tell me anything.
I do if you paid attention. It's an Unkindness of Ravens.
Oh yeah, that book.
I said I wanted to read it. I said, Paul, I don't know if you're going to like this type of book, and I read it, and Paul, you would absolutely love this book.
Really?
Yes, I thought you should know that.
Okay.
I should have let you read it. Sorry, because I was going to buy it anyways. Very sorry, Paul. Well, Paul, you should read this. Basically, it's Dan Panosian, who is awesome. He did slots for Image, and he's done a bunch of other things. He has a cool YouTube channel where he draws with Quesada. And basically what this is New Girl at school, and the town where they're moving to is her father's old stomping grounds, and it essentially has some history with the witch trials. And so you're wondering what is going on here. You kind of have a new girl on her first day of school mixing with the popular kids, the not popular kids, and the scary, creepy kids that are like the Ravens. Ravens essentially is a term used back in the day, the people who escaped the witch trials and went and caused chaos and escaped, essentially. I didn't know if I was going to dig this because I love Panosian's art, and he's not your main artist. He's your cover artist. But the art actually works super well. I was very happy. That's Mariana Ignazia. I'm bad with names. But this book, awesome, Paul. Paul, you would love this. This is like a Sabrina kind of story, just probably is going to go a little darker at some point.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was great. I'm not going to keep gushing over it. You know I liked it. So there. All right, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you, folks. Glad you are here. Nothing super crazy to plug. Paul's still doing the video game stuff. You're always playing Dead by Daylight or whatever.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight and Dauntless.
Dauntless, where you shoot the dragon in the crotch.
Yeah.
It seems to be the only strategy. If you're playing that.
Welcome, new people. There's
Welcome.
a lot of you now.
Yeah, new people. Hi. How are you, little Timmy and little Billy and Susie? Nice to see you.
Just really?
I've got it. 3 of them have to have those names.
I mean,
Special shout out to you.
Statistically,
yes.
probably.
Yeah, no, it's good. So thank you, Susie. And hey, we'll keep doing this. And I got nothing. I'm really tired. Let me go home. I want to go home to my home. All right, I really don't want to go to my home either. Where should I go, Paul?
Steakhouse?
Ooh, steakhouse. But I want to go to Fogo.
Well, we can't do that. It's too
I
late
know,
now.
it's awful.
It's also too late.